Hey everybody, HMV here. Playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we're going to Eli today. I believe it's Eli, or is it Durso? Durso. We're going to Earth Durso. We are not quite there yet. We're actually 2 days away from our maneuver node, which is supposed to get us an encounter next orbit. Now, here's something funny. I'm going to delete this maneuver node here. And note where it says that Durso is going to be. And note what looks like it's going to happen. I had this happen to me, and I had to restore from quick save because I had no idea what was going on. So we're just going to take this encounter as it is. We've got 5 grand of Delta V in the tank. I don't think we have any worries whatsoever about whether or not we're going to be able to handle this. So we're just going to get ourselves aimed at Durso. And now I'm trying my hardest not to use any electric charge because reasons. We're just burning a combination of retrograde and radial here to bring our periapsis closer to the planet. Probably could have done this better, but like I said, we should have plenty of Delta V. We might be able to do a couple hops too once we get in orbit around Durso. And I just realized we probably want to do a normal orbit. So let's burn a little bit north as well. Or south. Yeah, the ship is basically a bunch of fuel with a capsule on top and some science. So getting rid of those 2 fuel tanks does not mean we've gotten rid of 50% of our... or sorry, not 50%, but 2/5 of our fuel, and by any means. We've gotten rid of 10% of our fuel, but not even close to 10% of our Delta V is what I'm trying to say. This is all stuff I would have done by planning it, but the game decided not to tell me anything. That is sufficient, I think. This is going to be really sucky on the time warp. Sucky enough that I'm actually going to bring it up. I wish you could look up what time warps were on things. The creator of the mod has admitted that time warping is not the best in this. The time warp levels, I should say, are not the best. So hopefully that will get fixed in the near future here. So we're going to burn up to, let's say, 40. Now we're going to turn the computer off. And we are going to set up a maneuver node here to get into a 40 by 40 orbit. It is a 1 minute and 34 second burn, not a bad burn. But 50% time warp is crazy at this level. There we go. We're getting all of our science. Yeah, one thing I'm not concerning myself with in this series is the littering of fuel. I'm not going to do it around Kerbin, but around these planets. The whole purpose of this game is to explore this system. So I'm not going to be all that picky about how close we get or how much stuff we leave in orbit around these planets because we're never coming back. Okay, we just went from a landing mission to an orbiting mission. I wish I could go back in time. I'm going to show you a screenshot. I changed my staging so that it was correct. And I haven't done a quick save in a while because this kind of stuff is not a big deal. So I'm super annoyed right now. We are going to get all the EVA reports we can around here, and then we're going home, sadly, because the game sucks. We also don't need these anymore. None of these are needed. So we're going to turn SAS off and get spinning here. Toss that away. Let's just see what a landing would cost. Let's do it from here. Problem is we don't have any landing gear anymore. If we did it from here like this, we want to be equatorial if we're going to do this. And then from here, that's forward. We want to go backward. 47, obviously that's nothing. 1249, yeah, we don't have it. technically we could probably get to the surface and back if we were perfect. This planet is obviously a lot bigger than I thought it was. That's really cool. I definitely want to get an EVA report over that. But yeah, I'm going to sit here in Time Warp and get these EVA reports. And I will be back when that's done. Okay, I have set up a maneuver node 1,000 meters per second. And it's basically 1,000 meters per second of wasted delta V because there's no reason why I couldn't just sit here and wait. Except for the fact that, holy crap, it's boring. I have to be at under 70 kilometers in order to, or under, I'm sorry, 100 kilometers in order, 100, yeah, kilometers, in order to get these EVA reports. And I'm also taking forever to do it. So I turned on the biome map because I just not going to deal with that sort of thing. And I set up a maneuver node to get me to over the only two biomes left, which is these two right here. This is that huge crater, and then this is the area around it. So I'm just doing this burn so we get over these two things, and I can actually stop now. And I think I will with my periapsis here. That's leaving me 1,800 meters per second, so it's not like I'm in any trouble or anything like that. And now we are going to get these last two EVA reports. Really cool crater. And apparently I got the EVA report over it already. I don't know how I got that one, but not the other one. But that should be all of the EVA reports. Meaning I can do Alt F12 to turn this biomes visible on map off. Which direction are we heading? We're heading this way. So next orbit, I'm going to burn like Nya. But not crazy like that. Yeah, there you go. That's closer to what we want. What we really, really want. Might as well do it smart. 52. That actually seems pretty good. We'll do this burn. 419 meters per second. It'll bring us down kind of like this, so we can fix all that when we get here, and then we will take care of Valentina and the return ship, and then come home. Sadly, this is probably going to be kind of a short episode, because I kicked off my fuel tanks before I was going to use them. So no landing. We'll probably come back to this, to Lathe and Durso, simply because we're not going to get a return craft from either. We're going to get science from the surface of Lathe, at least. But we're not going to get any, whatchamacallit? We're not going to get the bonus for the ship landed on either one. We're obviously missing a ton of data from Durso. So, you've seen me transfer before. I'm not going to bother with that. I will come back as these guys are getting close to docking and coming home. Boom. We are burning. Turn the computer back off because we got to save power. We have to be concerned about our power usage because we have to dock these two guys together and neither one of them has a way to generate power. And actually, now that I'm thinking about that, that might not be strictly true. Let's go ahead and let's set up a maneuver here. Just so we have a marker. The other ship might actually be able to generate power. I don't know that for a fact. But we're going to try to dock with this guy because he's smaller, and we want to keep that fuel tank with the other guy so he can use it to help get home, although I don't think we need it. Despite all the fail in this trip, one fail that we didn't have was whether or not we had enough fuel to do what we want to do. So mainly the question is how long is it going to take to kill 268 meters per second, and I think right about now. Might have guessed it wrong. Whoa. But it looks like actually we didn't. Okay, how far are we away? Okay, we're 19 meters per second. It's probably using more electric charge than just having SAS on would have. But okay, let's check the relative electric charge of these two ships. This guy has almost full electric charge, so he's going to do, sadly, the bulk of this rendezvous. I don't know. There's Val. She's only 2.9 kilometers away, so getting her back is not going to be a big deal. What I don't know is where the heck. There it is. Okay. So let's go into locked mode, which I think we were already in. Let's get ourselves looking this way. We need to turn this way. We also should probably have SAS off because we can generate fuel, but why should we be all cavalier about it? Yeah, without RCS, this guy I don't think can do the docking. Yeah, I think he's using more electric charge. Okay. We're heading that way. So let's turn it this way. Low orbit over lathe is probably not the best time to try this kind of docking. But, you know, if it wasn't for dumb choices, I probably wouldn't make any choices at all. These are interesting problems to have, but that doesn't mean I want to have them. Yeah, we're as low over lathe as we can be without being in the atmosphere. Oh god, 300 meters away. We can reach out and touch the ship. Which is, of course, what we're going to try to do here. Just the one thing I don't want to have to do is run the engine to regenerate electric charge when we're really close to each other, because that's, of course, going to push us apart. I think we can just do that. Okay. I think we're going to try it with the Durso lander. Because he should have, I think, 6 electric units left. And getting all the way to Durso and back, he used, like, the other amount. 44. So he still has 10% of his electric charge left for the last 1% of the mission. But this 1% of the mission is, of course, going to take all of the stuff. And yes, I'm going to cheat as much as I possibly can. Okay. You are right here. We're going to set this as our target. Yeah, we have 5 units left. Let's go into locked mode. Let's turn on our computer. Let's aim at our target. And let's get going forward very, 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 very slowly. And then correct. That might be perfect. That's too much. Let's correct again. We are out of electric charge. We are out of electric charge. I was not watching the electric charge. Okay, so we are going to spin around. And I'm going to hit time warp. As soon as... Actually, I want to be back in locked mode. We're going to hit time warp as soon as this guy rotates around and is set up aimed at this guy. At least as close as possible. And we're going to hope to just kiss him. Just going to kiss them together here. Here we go. Here comes time warp. Now. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other ship because this guy actually has control. Set that as our target. Control from here. I think we have one shot at this. And we're going to turn on our SAS as much as it pains me. Because we have to hold aimed at that thing. I think we're going to be fine. As scary as this is, I think we're going to be fine. Turn the computer off. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn the pump level up and pump him out into this guy. And we don't need this anymore. Now, it's time to get Val back. Let's see. She needs to actually be selected from here. Valentina Kerman, switch to her. Hey, Val. Where is your thing? I think we're close enough that we're just going to burn towards them here. And stopping. And she can get on this ladder right here, I think. And be safe, because if she slides down, she'll slide down onto this thing. I think. And she can't board, obviously. So we need to go back to this ship here. Not this ship. This ship. Let's turn the HUD off. And plan our return to Kerbin. Let's go ahead and set Kerbin as a target. Or Saren, I should say. Or Sauna. Jeez. Set that as a target. 3.7 degrees. We might as well wait until we're over here. Which is going to suck. So I'll be back when we're over there. Okay, as I have learned every single time I've tried this, I should not be trying to bring Val home with me. It is ridiculously time intensive, and I'm not talking in-game time. I'm talking real-life time intensive. You can't time warp. Whoa, and Val loves... Oh, that's funny. Okay, you can sit like that. That's fine. Actually, that might be better than any other possibility. Yeah, it's any time warp you have to do it with her not on the ladder, which causes her to drift away, which then causes you to have to bring her back in order to time warp again. We are 1 minute and 48 seconds from this 960 meter per second burn. It is also probably about a year later from when I left you last. Because I tried to wait until we got to the ascending node of Kerbin from or Sauna from Lathe, but I timed it wrong, so we're actually leaving well outside that window, and I don't care. I'm not going through this again. So I don't know exactly. This thing says we have 29 meters per second, so it's basically gone. So I'm gonna burn it now. We're gonna watch her. Cool, she is good. That's gone. Now I'm going to cut the engines, and I'm going to do all this manually because I don't want to lose these things here. Now we're going to activate this. And I think we might have lost our maneuver nodes. We did, which is annoying. But we are going to burn. I guess we're just going to do it by eye. Yeah, Val is awesome because she's got her head sitting... let's go ahead and close the alarm and pause. I wish you could transfer maneuver nodes to another ship. Yeah, this is perfect because she's got her head sitting on this, which means she's going to stay attached to the ladder. If she was right side up, I think she would slip off the ladder and then possibly ragdoll her way off. But we're looking good. I think she is stable. The Poodle did give us a lot of electric charge, which is good, because we have to keep on using it to keep ourselves aimed straight, otherwise Val would pull us off course. Just keeping an eye on Val, mostly. When I come back from map mode, I saw that thing fly by, and I thought it might have been Val. Okay, we're about to leave the sphere of influence, which is good. Val's only experiencing half a G upside down, so it's not like... it's all that bad. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to design a ship to capture her kind of like you would an asteroid. Just get her while she's flying by and then bring her back to Kerbin. And the scientists are going to come home a little more naturally. Okay, still connected, Val? Yep. Okay, we have left the sphere of influence. We are burning to Kerbin now. Val is still connected. 3774, 31200. We're going to call that good. Okay. Now, we're going to set Sauna as a target, and you're going to see here is where we need to fix. This is 73 days away. This is a year away, so obviously this is the correct place to do this. We are going to burn south until we get this magical flipping here. And then right here is where we're going to fix things. So let's go ahead and rotate our ship. This is going to be the most painful part of the mission. Is these guys have got to get together before this burn happens. But Val has to be off of the ship in order for us to time warp, because you can't time warp with a Kerbal on a ladder. So Val, oh, that was scary. Nothing actually detached. I'm going to hit F5 because I'm hitting spacebar thinking I'm controlling Val when I'm actually controlling the ship. Val's going to do a little bit of a spin around here. There we go. She's going to stay as close to the ship as we can. And we are going to... let's get out of Lathe's sphere of influence. Or at least get far enough away from Lathe that we're moderately far from each other. There you go, 1,000 kilometers. We're going to switch to the lander. Okay, now we're going to go back into map mode. Kerbals on EVA are targetable, so we're going to target Val. Then we are going to see, that's cool, we have a quote-unquote close approach here. So if we want to do something like this, but we want this to be, say, less than 10 kilometers or so. And then we can add a maneuver here to fix our trajectory. That does get us closer. I guess we can do this in stages. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to this maneuver node. Okay, let's go ahead and start this burn here. Okay, turn the computer off and kill the maneuver node. 188 kilometers. That's got to be good enough to get Valentina back on the ship. And apparently this isn't even the closest approach marker that was marked. So let's do the next one here. And it's like, no closest approach found. Fine, we'll just do it eyeball. Yeah, this game is getting a little buggy. I don't think it's any Krakenish problems, but it's a little annoying. More than a little. I think we're going to use up Val's jetpack because she has an infinite amount of electric charge. She also can't set a target. Okay, I think that's my target now. Yes, it is. Okay, target's that way. We are moving away from it. So turn on your jetpack. Oh, we can't go into target mode. This is our orbital velocity, not our target velocity. So Valentina can't do it. We have to do this with the ship. Okay. Now, Val is still our target. We can now go target mode. We're heading that way. Val is nowhere to be seen. She's up there. I mean, we're only going 1.6 meters per second relative to each other. So we're killing this relative velocity. And then we're going to aim at her. And, oh wait, we should probably check our fuel tanks here because we burned a lot of fuel. Yeah, these things still have fuel in them, which is good. So yeah, we got plenty of fuel. So we're going to burn towards Valentina at, we'll say, 100 meters per second. 70 meters per second. Okay, now let's set Kerbin as our target. And see where this is here. Or Sauna, I keep saying Kerbin. Yeah, we're good enough. We're close enough to the thing to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and set Val back as our target. Val shows up here, she starts to fade away, and then I can't do anything with her. If I have the Bird of Lathe lander selected, doing this won't work. She won't show back up. So Val is going to take care of herself. She is going to set Sauna as a target, and we are going to, at the ascending node, she is going to burn south about 300 meters per second or so of her pack. So we want to, we want to do something like this. Get that right there. Yeah, see, that's 434. That's going to be basically her whole jetpack. But that shouldn't be a big deal because we're going to send a ship out there to get her. As long as she has some jetpack left, she should be fine. Her maneuver node should be directly south. It basically is. It's in 19 days. Let's go ahead and hop to the ship here. And we're going to set up their maneuver node as well. Now I consider her as a target. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I think we're going to keep up with the plan that we have it now because I'm getting really sick, I got to say, of dealing with this EVA Kerbal getting home. So let's go ahead and set Sana as our target. And right here, we're going to add a maneuver. And that's in 17 days, and it's next, so let's go ahead and do it. As soon as we get to the point where we need to ditch them, I'm going to stop the engine and ditch them manually, because I do not trust staging anymore in this mission. Decouple and decouple. And now these guys are the ones we care about. I don't think I put a heat shield on the bottom of this thing. Probably would have been prudent. But we're going to have so much fuel we can slow down once we get to Kerbin. Done. Yeah, 1.0.5 is going to have, what do you call it? The nav ball for your EVA'd Kerbals, which I'm going to go on record as saying it's a long time coming. But this HUD is awesome. This has saved many of EVA'd Kerbal for me. But yeah, we're going to have less than 1 unit of fuel, which is kind of where I consider the danger zone. But Val is a professional. She knows what she's doing. She's going to get a nice encounter with Kerbin and then trust in her coworkers to bring her home. Let's plan the actual return. Okay, you guys, if we do this and then we jump forward in orbit, 2 orbits, you're going to have a return Kerbin encounter that we can tweak the periapsis down to right about there. That's 6 years from now. I'm not going to make either of us sit through it. I will be back when these guys are coming into Kerbin. Okay, a couple things. When I left last, I was talking about being so far off of Kerbin with my burn. I realized later that would mean that I was that far off of Sana, not Kerbin. So I've set up this. This is a maneuver at our periapsis, which is going to cost us 483 of the several thousand that we have in the tank. That is going to get us an encounter with Saren. That's going to send us out here and back down and get us an encounter with Kerbin. I figure, hey, why not? It's fun, right? We've got plenty of electric charge, so I'm just going to use a little bit of it to get aimed at this maneuver node. We're going to come down. It's only a few days away. I also did a very tiny burn with Valentina that got her, I found a Kerbin encounter, or not really a Kerbin encounter, a Sana encounter. The burn, quote unquote, that I'm not going to do is 8 years away. That means a whole nother orbit is after where it is. It's just, I need to jump back to her here so that the sphere of influence change gets put on her, the next orbit. We're not going to bother trying to rescue her. We're just going to let her come back into the Sana sphere of influence and then send a ship out to get her then. That way we can continue moving forward in the space program and not worry about all this pesky, saving people from orbit and things like that. So these fuel tanks, we might land with these fuel tanks for all I know. We're definitely gonna keep them as long as we possibly can. The problem is they're gonna make the craft backwards, whatever you call it, aerodynamic. And we don't really want to be going into Kerbin's atmosphere like straight on. Although I will if we can slow down to, orbital velocity beforehand. We don't actually care about which direction we're going, etc. We care about the result, which is right here. So now this periapsis, as long as it's going down, is fine by me. 8, 7, 7, 5. Okay, now that's the worst we're going to get. Saren's giving us this nice kick. in the head. Okay, that's a song that I will say I was not alive when it was produced. It's been a long time. We haven't seen the homeworld for several episodes here. It's always nice. Turn on the computer for the last time, the last important time. Now we should still have fuel in these guys, so we're going to actually bring these tanks into the atmosphere to burn up, which is nice. Actually, our periapsis is probably going to dip into the atmosphere on this burn. We might actually skim the atmosphere a tiny little bit. And honestly, I think we should possibly just keep burning. I don't see any reason to stop burning, to be honest. Because I mean, we're moving 3,000 meters per second. We need to stop burning because it will turn around. Actually, it looks like we are going to run out of fuel in these guys before we do anything else. And I'm again going to cut the engines and eject these things manually because I just do not trust anything. Okay, we're gonna ditch and ditch, and we're gonna aim retrograde and keep burning. Although actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we might be making it harder for ourselves by doing this. So let's actually burn up. We'll burn back up to just to come down a little bit more sedately. Looks like we're stable backwards, which is nice. But as soon as we see any flames, I'm going to hit the gas. And as soon as we start to lose control, I'm going to hit the spacebar. Or not the spacebar, I'm sorry. I'm going to manually decouple this. Okay. Extremely sedate end to this mission. Well, I guess the mission's technically still going because Val's orbiting the sun. But the scientists are home. Go ahead and hop out, Henberry. Get your EVA report. Hop back in that capsule, and let's see how much science we get. 2,152 for a grand total of 2310, which is awesome. Val got the radio thing telling her about that. We got some RCS stuff. That's pretty cool. We got some pods and stuff. That's pretty cool. We got this thing, which I think I might actually use in this save, just because I've never used it before. Precision engineering, bunch of stuff. Cubic octagonal strut, that's pretty good. The hex, the small decoupler, that's good. Solar panels, bigger ones. Let's go with a nuke. Let's take some bigger fuel tanks and stuff. Let's take advanced metalworks, which, yeah, I don't really care about any of this stuff. Let's take composites, a bunch of junk. High altitude flight. This will make a return ship to Lathe much better. So that's actually perfect for our next Lathe thing. So I think we're going to go back to Lathe and rescue Val at some point. So that's what's coming up. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it. I'm HMV, and I'm exhausted, so I will, as always, wonder where the heck the sun is. And I will talk at you later.